Hello, Dr. Steve.
Hey, man.
Sorry, I can't work this Skype thing. I haven't figured out how to conference two calls in together. Whatever.
Yeah, don't worry.
Before.
Yeah. It's bizarre. So how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. We really appreciate you calling in. I know your wife wants to kill me at this point. So.
She already went to bed. It's just...
You got quite a lot going on, though. You said you're playing the old music, and then you're doing, your regular job, and you got all kinds of things going on, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit overcommitted at this point in my life, but that's okay.
You can't take that Sirius XM money and just say fuck the rest of it.
That's so funny. And I've told this on my show before. When PA John and I did our very first show, Anthony stayed and watched us do it. It was 90 minutes on Saturday night on Sirius XM, and he came up to us afterward and he said, "That was the best first show I've ever seen in my life. Congratulations, great job." We walked out of that studio on 57th. You shit
right
all over the floor in that.
Thank you for bringing me into that. I appreciate that.
One of my favorite moments of the XM days, by the way.
Yeah, they were the best days, weren't they?
Fleet's Phosphosoda, the greatest stuff in the world. But I have an interesting story to share with you about that, but I'll finish this story. So PA John and I walked out of that studio on 57th, and we looked across the street at the Parker Meridian, and we looked up at the top floor, and it was like, which one of these condos do you think we ought to buy? Because we're going to need to move up here. And last week I got a check from SiriusXM was for $28.
Oh, I didn't know they renewed the Sirius.
Well, we did it for free for 4 years.
No, I heard.
Oh my God.
We've been doing it for 9 now, so the last 5 years they paid us. But it didn't quite work out the way we thought it would.
Yeah, you didn't get that penthouse next to Howard, huh?
No.
Maybe you should have been on Howard 100 instead of. I don't know.
Oh, no, I don't know.
He wouldn't have given any of his money to you either. So.
We were right where we needed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
But, speaking of Howard, I just asked them, look, I don't want even Sam Roberts money. Just give me Riley Martin money. They got this nut Howard on one of Howard's channel that talks about UFOs, and they pay him $400 a show.
Wow.
And that's like 5 times what I'm making.
Right.
So, anyway, but I'm not doing it for the money, but it was kind of funny that we got all, excited after that we were going to be leaving our jobs and making radio.
Making $28.
Big A felt the same thing the first time he was on the show. He thought that they were going to move him into Jimmy's seat. And
Of course.
Of course not.
no, it was funny you mentioned the Phosphosoda because someone who worked for that company sent me this little fluffy Phosphosoda Christmas decoration to put on my tree.
Oh, beautiful. They took that stuff off the market, and it was just bad because it was the best bowel prep ever. I have an article on my website at drsteve.com that it was one of the first things that I posted. It was about my first colonoscopy, and I did it without anesthesia. And
you were giving or receiving?
I'm sorry. Yes, right. Thank you. Yes, I was receiving. I wasn't giving, saying that was a big deal that I was not doing colonoscopies on people without anesthesia. But anyway, I took that Fleet's Phosphosoda, and if you remember, it's just a little bottle, and then you had to chase it with 8 ounces of water. And
I remember well.
I started shitting. It was just shooting out of my ass. I've never had anything shoot out of my ass like that. And if I had bent over, I could have hit a wall 20 feet away. And it just kept coming and coming. And then, 30 minutes later, you go back and then you had to take another one. And by the last one, just before I had the colonoscopy, I shat for at least, stuff was coming out of my ass in a continuous stream for at least a minute. And I'm like, I am filling this bowl up. And when I stood up and looked down, the water was absolutely as clear as a mountain stream. You could have drunk out of my ass and have suffered no ill effects. It was so unbelievable. It was just pure water, which gives the lie to all this stuff that you see on the internet about these colonic concretions where you've got meat that's stuck on the sides of your colon for 7 years and all this kind of stuff. It's a complete and utter lie, and anyone that's ever done a colonoscopy knows that to be the case. But anyway, that's my busting a medical myth tonight.
That was your weird medicine medical minute.
There you go.
Got diphtheria, crushing.
Okay, anyway.
Hey, wow, we're simulcast. Hey, does that mean I get half of that $80? Yeah. So anyway,
You're having a sleeve, I hear.
Yeah, no, the sleeve, right?
No, he's getting it.
Yeah, I'm getting the sleeve on the 28th.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, everyone I talk to, except for one guy at my job, this kid Chris, who just says I'm being fucking lazy and I need to just fucking eat right. Let me tell you something, Dr. Steve. I've tried every fucking diet known to man.
Sure.
When ephedra was legal, I don't know if you remember Trim Spa.
Yeah, of course.
I did Trim Spa. I got down from like 250 to like 171 on that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they made it illegal.
Right.
And then
because it was killing people.
Right.
The doses that they were using were too high. You know, ephedra is actually a good drug.
Right.
You should have taken it longer.
That's what you want to hear, right?
But it was the doses that they were using were causing problems. And of course, it's that same old thing. Most people did just fine on it. It was a small minority of people who were harmed by it, and then a large group of people that were essentially okay. But it was too many people for the FDA to just say, well, we're just going to sit by and let this happen. So
yeah, and I think most of the people that died were the people that took like 2 boxes of it and then went and run a 400-meter lap around the track.
Or they may have had cardiac disease already.
Ah, okay.
You know, they may have already had some risk factors.
Because after I did Trim Spa, I started doing a couple of other ones, and I started to feel like tingling, like weird feelings in my fingers, like blood wasn't making it that far or something.
Well, some of those are vasoconstrictors that, you know, they constrict blood vessels and stuff when they're doing all their other things. So that may be true. You may have been hyperventilating too, because people who are taking medications that make their heart beat faster may hyperventilate, and one of the symptoms of that is tingling in the fingers and around the mouth.
It did honestly feel like something was not making it there. They didn't go numb. I just felt like a feeling in my fingers. It was weird.
Well, and you already figured out the problem with pills. They work as long as you're taking them.
Right.
And when you stop taking them, then you gain the weight back plus 10 pounds if it's only 10 pounds.
So after I stopped taking ephedra, I eventually went on that Xantrex-free stuff.
Yeah.
And I took that for like a few days, and it ended up giving me this crazy panic attack.
Yeah.
And I couldn't sit still for like 5 hours. I'm walking around like, I couldn't, you know, people at my job are like, why are you walking around the parking lot? You've done like 18 laps already. You know, I'm not even joking. And ever since then, I've been on, you know, Xanax or antidepressant medication. That thing kicked me into the whole gear. I didn't have any problem with anxiety before I took that shit.
I love that Jenny McCarthy is an anti-vaccine person. She doesn't want people to take vaccines, but she has no problem being the spokesperson for Xantrex 3, which actually...
She's a fucking twat.
Friend.
I don't know why I'm even telling you this, because you're the doctor. But most of us that don't know anything about medicines know that most vaccines are dead.
Right.
Right, and they just encourage your body to learn how to defend against something.
Well, yes.
Right?
And some of them are live, but that's not what she's worried about. She's worried about the preservatives that they put in them causing autism. And look, if I had an autistic kid that started showing symptoms a week or two after he got his vaccines, I would have to think twice about it too if I wasn't able to evaluate the data. You know, here's the thing. Let's just use flu vaccine. Right. So let's say we've got an influenza virus that hits 1% of the population. And so we're talking about out of 300, so that'd be 3 million people, right? And it's going to hit sometime between October and February 1st. And so on any given Tuesday, there will be thousands of people who are going to come down with influenza, right?
Right.
And out of those thousands, there will be a significant fraction, well, or even if it's a small fraction of people who will have gotten their flu shot the Monday before.
Of course.
And there is no fucking telling those people that the flu shot didn't give them the flu, even though we know it's impossible.
Because it's dead, right? So how can it give you anything?
Right, it can't. That is absolutely, I mean, there's no question, it's zero. But there's not going to be any convincing those people that got their flu shot on Monday and then got the flu on Tuesday, because that was the day they were going to get it anyway, that the flu shot didn't cause it. So I do understand where she's coming from, but the problem I have is when then you're presented with the evidence over and over and over again and you refuse to look at it. So
yeah, I mean, at least people like you and me, you more than me probably, you'll go read about it. You won't just go, oh fuck, that gave my kid cancer, that's the end of it.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, it's retarded.
But that's a rough one when it's your kid, and so I do get that.
Right.
And autism, just like cancer and other diseases that affect the person's ability to live a quote unquote normal life, doesn't just affect the kid, it affects everybody around them. So I get it. It's just like this whole thing with me and Michio Kaku. I finally gave up on trashing him because I know he just got beat up every day in school.
Of course.
And I did too, and so I could, I just had to lay off because I was just being a fucking bully, just like the people that were, shitting on him when he was a kid.
I guess the only thing to look at it is when Mitsu Kaku goes to his high school reunion with his billions of dollars, and you go to your high school reunion with your $80 and your T-shirt with Opie's name on it. Maybe you can get Opie to go with you. That'll impress him.
Oh, that might impress him.
So what was the deal with, you're talking about flu vaccines, what was the deal last year that they got the strain wrong?
Yes.
I guess, what do? They put vaccines in there for the most popular, most common?
You got it.
Yeah, okay.
That's exactly what they do is, the influenza vaccine or the influenza virus is constantly mutating, and there's several subtypes. And what they do is they look at the southern hemisphere in their winter during our summer, and they say, aha, okay, there's this strain, and this strain, so let's make a vaccine to that. And then if the stupid virus mutates before we can get that vaccine to market, then the vaccine isn't going to be very good.
Right.
And last year they blew it. Now the year before it was pretty good, but I got influenza and I had my flu vaccine. I even had it. I had it twice.
Right.
I had the flu mist because my kids got it. Flu mist, by the way, is a vaccine where they spray this liquid up your nose, and it has live attenuated influenza virus in it. And so the dirty little secret is they'll say, well, people over 50 and asthmatics shouldn't get this. Well, everybody gets it anyway because when you spray it up a bunch of kids' noses, they then turn around and give it to everybody in their family. I mean, it's a contagious vaccine.
Now, what was that thing a few years ago? I'm thinking H1N1.
Yeah,
that was the one that people were doing separately. What was that? Something that came up late and they realized they needed to take care of it, or should have been in the real one?
I'm trying to remember what the situation was. That we had a swine flu epidemic that passed through. One of my listeners died from it, and it was a guy that. It was a guy that.
What's your other listener doing now?
Yeah. So, but he he started our trucker duty bit that we did for several months, where we were talking about how truckers defecate in their trucks and stuff. And he had started that by telling us some stories that were pretty horrifying, by the way. If you ever see a Walmart bag that's all tied up on the side of the road, don't pick it up. That's just one hint from him. But anyway, because it will have trucker fecal matter in it.
You remember that one girl on O&A did that one time? She threw it at the window next to her boyfriend.
Oh, and it hit the window or something?
She threw it at the window above him and it woke him up. The shitbag, yeah.
Well, anyway, so but this guy, he just died one day, and they found out that it was that swine flu. So that was a bad one. But a lot of people in my generation, I'm a lot older than you guys, so I'm turning 60 on Monday.
Oh, God bless.
And I thank you. I'm still walking, so I guess that's something. But
Really? Well, you're a doctor. You should be able to fucking figure it out.
I had been exposed to this same strain of swine flu when I was much younger in the 70s, and so a lot of people who were older in this case were protected against this virus, whereas it was mostly young people who died from it because they'd never been exposed to it before. So the flu epidemic of 1918 was thought to be a swine flu epidemic, and it killed a substantial fraction of the world's population. I think 10% of people got it, and 10% of those died from it, if I remember correctly. I'm getting my numbers wrong,
but
it was a fuckload.
It's like the plague when it went through London,
Yeah,
wiped the place out,
Yeah, it did, and it actually improved London's economy because all these people. It killed a lot of the poor people, and then the people who had land that died, other people took over their land, and they became, everybody kind of became more rich because of the stupid plague. So it's crazy how that shit happened.
So going back to the whole sleeve thing, what is the difference between what they do on a sleeve now? Because you always hear back in the day, oh yeah, this guy's getting his stomach stapled, right?
Yeah,
but you look at how a sleeve is done, they kind of do staple it down the side.
That's right.
So is stomach stapling the same thing as the sleeve, or is there a lot more to what they would call a stomach stapling?
There are all these different what we call gastroplasties. So when I was in training, the one of the treatment of the day was this thing called a vertical banded gastroplasty, and it was a thing where they literally stapled the stomach. They put a staple line up the stomach to make a blind pouch. So, your stomach kind of looks like a kidney bean.
Right, and it's got like the pipes on the one side. So
that's right. It's got a pipe on the top and a pipe on the side, and then there's this sort of kidney bean looking thing. And so what they would do with this was they would take a staple line and put it all the way across the round, underbelly part of the kidney bean, and just basically block it off so that you just had a very small stomach. And then they did this other shit where they cut a hole in the stomach and sewed it up and put this band around it so it couldn't expand, and you made a really tiny little stomach. Well, that worked for a while, and then people started doing this gastric bypass where they just switched the anatomy around, and I never liked that one myself, just because you were changing the anatomy of the human body in such a way that somehow we were smarter than however it was designed after hundreds of thousands of years or millions of years of evolution. So what they're going to do on you is something different, where they just take out the underbelly of that kidney bean and just cut it out altogether and sew it up, so that now the stomach looks like just a complete extension of the esophagus and the intestine. So it just looks like a tube, and it just makes it smaller. It doesn't absorb as well. And most of those people will lose just as much weight as the people that have a gastric bypass or one of these other more complicated gastroplasties. And
this whole thing really is like a conveyor belt system, because when I went into the place, they're like, okay, here's what happens when you use the band on the top. It's like a little plastic thing, and you have to have like this button on your stomach to like release it and tighten it and all this other
so
stuff.
They can tighten it and loosen stuff.
But if you press the button too many times yourself, you end up closing your whole stomach off, and then you have to go to the emergency room. So I'm like, fuck, I don't want no fucking button.
Well, and you can defeat it too easy. I've got a friend that had a lap band, and we would go to a Mexican restaurant, and they knew her so well because she went there like every day, and they would sit down in front of her this giant 32-ounce thing of salsa and another 32-ounce thing of cheese, and she would just down it because it would go through the hole in the band, and she could still eat, and so she never lost any weight because of that. She's figured out how to defeat it.
So you think that what I'm doing is like the best option out there right now, other than obviously going to a fucking gym?
Well, no, but here's the thing.
You need exercise still.
You're going to have to exercise. Those kinds of things you're going to have to do. But I know you've already done that, because if you've gotten to the point where you're talking about changing your anatomy, then you have to have done every fucking diet. You've had to do every fucking pill. You've had to do every imaginable lifestyle change that you could make and still not be making progress. And then those are the people who are candidates for surgical therapy or bariatric surgery.
Honestly, I think I've seen the inside of a gym ever.
Yeah, the only exercise that he ever does is just
I was never
hand motions.
Yeah. When I went down to 171 when I was taking the ephedra, I used to walk around my office building every lunchtime. I used to do like 5-6 laps, no problem, because I was fucking 80 pounds lighter than I am now.
Right.
It's
He has no problem
you can't walk. I don't care what anyone says. Because I mean, Big A's been told he's got to lose weight now because he's pretty much going to be in a coffin otherwise.
But he has lost weight, though, right?
He's doing great.
How much have you lost? You're in the 50 or 60 pounds, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost 100 pounds before, and then you leveled out, and then now you've lost another 50, right?
Well, he didn't level out. He came back up and went past the 100. Just like everybody else, you know.
It's the same with me. I lost 60 pounds. I did great, but as soon as I ate carbs again, boom,
that's the problem.
Went right back on me.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just going to tell you the most I ever got up to was 200. But you know, I'm 5'9" and I don't have a real big frame, and so for me it was big.
Right.
But and I had this thing where I bought my kids a bag of Heath bars because they never had one, and they each ate one, and I ate the whole fucking bag.
Off the wagon.
And it was just one after another, and I was like, well, I'll just take one this time, and then one's not. I'll just take 4, and I was getting logier and logier, and my stomach was hurting, but I couldn't stop, and that's when I realized I had a problem with carbs, and so I went off the carbs not 100%.
I did altogether, and it ended up being worse. Apparently, you're supposed to do like 5 grams of carbs.
No, I did like 30. I did the Atkins, and I did 30 grams of carbs a day. And I did so good. And then one day, my husband's like, it's okay to cheat. I put him on the diet. He actually lost like 30 pounds. Yep. And then he's like to me, come on, Denise.
That cheesecake looks really good over there.
Yeah, he's like, come on, Denise. You can have a cheat day. Well, you know what? After being almost a whole year eating that way, doing really good, it was a change. Yeah, well, it was like putting crack in my mouth.
Yep.
And that's all it took. And then it was just boom.
The only issue I have with Atkins, because scientifically it makes a certain sense, and if you do it right, if you don't just do the sort of redneck Atkins where all you eat is bacon and pork chops and stuff, if you do it right, which Atkins said, this is not an all meat diet, it's a vegetarian diet with heavy on the vegetables, but with, lean animal protein added in.
Well, that's basically the way I did it because I'm not really big on red meat. I did more like fish and chicken.
Sure.
I did actually like turkey bacon. I ate a lot of like lean, and I did a lot of like vegetables.
Yeah, and you did it right.
Avocado, and I actually even had the app, and I made sure like my percentages and stuff like that were right. Drank a lot of water. Made sure my system was flushed out and all. But yeah, now I'm hitting menopause. Yep. So now all of a sudden I'm back struggling.
Yeah. Well, the one that I found, because I went through my Atkins phase and then I went right back to the carbs because it felt like I was drunk or dry drunk carbs when I was on Atkins. And so I discovered this Vinnie Tortorich guy who was helping Bob Kelly. And I've been on Vinny's show and he's been on my show, and his whole thing is no sugar, no grains. And it's just no processed sugar, so you can have fruit. Right. And it's a lifestyle, and I don't eat any grains, so I don't eat any bread, no pasta, no rice. And but I eat a lot of vegetables and mostly lean protein. But I'm not afraid of fat either. My cholesterol is 120, and I dropped 40 pounds immediately and have kept it off now for years. Yeah. And it's the easiest thing that I've ever done. So I'm not saying that this would be something for Paul to do at this point because you're already committed. But But it was something for people out there that are struggling, that haven't quite got to the point where they've got to do surgery. That one, for me, I'm not advocating it for everybody, but for me, really worked well. We were not designed to eat all these freaking carbs, because if you think about it, our ancestors were walking around in the savannah, running away from saber-toothed tigers, and they had lean animal protein because the animals weren't eating that good either, and they had green leafy vegetables, and maybe sometimes they would have a root vegetable, or they would have berries when they were in season. The rest of the time, they didn't have all this sugar and bread and wheat and all this stuff that we have today, because of agriculture.
Right.
And we just weren't. Some people can handle it, and other people like me can't. I can't handle it. So I don't advocate it for everybody, but for people who whose bodies aren't suited to a lot of carbs and grains and stuff, I do recommend it. But check him out at VinnieTortorich.com for people who are interested.
What was that?
Vinnie Tortorich. It's TORTORICH.com.
Oh, cool. Is there any truth that the appendix? Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Or you can go to my website, drsteve.com, and just click on NSNG. It's no sugar, no grains, and I've got a bunch of shit on there. Go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask, because I've asked a few people in the past, is it an old wives' tale that the appendix was originally used for us to eat grass and stuff like that?
I don't think that's it. What the appendix really has in it is immune system stuff. It's got lymphatic tissue and shit like that in it. So I'd have to do some research to find out because we'll never know. It's all hypothesis.
Right, because we don't use it anymore, whatever it was.
But to digest grass, you really need to be a ruminant. So that's why cows have 4 stomachs, because they eat the grass and then they have to munch on it and break it up, and then it goes into their stomach, gets digested a little bit, and then they puke it up into their mouth and chew on it some more before it goes back down and then into the next stomach. And then it takes 4 stomachs for them to digest that stuff.
And then we cut them up into like filet mignons.
They're very tasty.
Another subject, I've been going on about my stuff, but Denise has been going through this thing. She needs 2 knee replacements right now because I guess it's hereditary. There's a lot going on. A lot of her family have the same problem. Okay. And she was supposed to get 1, and then she was going to get both. And now they tried to give her this gel stuff where they stick a needle in behind the thing, and they do it like 3 times. She doesn't. Sometimes she says she feels better. Sometimes she doesn't really notice a difference. Is that stuff any good, or is it different for everyone?
What that stuff is hyaluronic acid. So it's basically joint fluid. And if you inject it into the joint, there are some people who feel that it actually stimulates the joint to make more lubricant, and other people have other hypotheses why it works. But I used to do that. In some of my old folks had come to me and say, "Hey, I've been going to an orthopedist, and they're going to do a knee replacement." And I would say, "Well, let me try this." And we would do 3 injections of the hyaluronic acid, and I would say about 40% of them ended up not having to have the surgery. So,
don't you have to do that every 6 months?
I mean, I'm only 53.
Yep.
Okay, and I was told I'm walking bone on bone.
Yep.
That my cartilage in both knees is shredded. It's gone.
It's gone. It's not shredded.
Yeah, it's gone.
Right.
And like I said, they put this thing in both of they injected me. It was a series of like 3 shots over a period of 3 weeks.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, some days I feel like maybe it's helped, but I have like excruciating back pain.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when I'm walking, like I'm very flat-footed. I still feel...
She needs orthotics. She lost her orthotics.
Yeah, but I still feel like, I get back pain. I get neck pain.
Right. Now, the knee replacement won't fix the back and neck pain unless the knee pain is causing you to walk in such a way that...
That's what I figured.
Oh, my God. I walk like a duck. Yeah, like my knees, when I walk, I do not walk straight. I walk like I'm bent.
It's like her body is taking the weight off the knees to try and make the pain go away. So she's
absolutely.
Yeah, everybody makes fun of the way I walk, and I'm like, I can't help it.
Honestly, she looks like she's like one of those raptors. And
it's horrible. It's embarrassing because it's like I'm not even aware that I'm doing it.
Right. No, you're just your body adjusts to the method of ambulation that causes the least pain, and that may cause pain in other places. So if that's what's going on, then it may help those other things, but it may take some time. And that what I used to advise people was, if you only want to do knee surgery if it doesn't matter what, anything would be better than what you've got now. If anything that you get would be better than what you got now, then knee surgery is for you.
I used to be extremely active, like always on the go. And, this has just like completely changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean, like getting up in the morning and running about and,
Sure.
going up and down the stairs. It's kind of like painful. And then I was diagnosed as having fibromyalgia.
Mm-hmm.
They have me on Cymbalta.
Okay.
It did lessen some of the pain. But
Okay.
It did quite a lot.
Yeah. All of a sudden, though, I'm having major issues with high blood pressure. Like I ended up in a hospital. My blood pressure was through the roof. They didn't
Sure.
understand why it was happening. Then the doctors thought that maybe the pain from my knees is causing the blood pressure to go high. But now they're finding as well, still, even though they put me on Metropolo, I'm on like 100 milligrams of it. I went to my neurologist for a renewal of my Cymbalta, and while I was sitting there, she took my blood pressure, and it was like 150 over 100. And I had already taken my medication in the morning, and she's like, your blood pressure should not be this high while you're on the medication.
Right.
Like, nobody is understanding why is my blood pressure still so high.
Right. Well, there's a lot of ways that, think about it. Think of the heart as a pump, which it is, and circulatory system as a hose that you're plugging into the output of the pump and then circling it around and hooking it back up to the input of the pump. Okay, so we're just going to make it a real simple thing. Now, put a pressure gauge around halfway into that circuit, and how can you make that go up? Well, one of the ways that you can make the pressure go up is to crank the pump up, right? So use beta blockers for that, because beta blockers will kind of decrease the strength of the beating heart and it will slow the heart down. So that's one way that you can bring that pressure down. The other way that you can bring the pressure down would be to increase the caliber of the tubing itself, right? So if you have a larger diameter of the tubing, then the resistance to flow will go down. Does that make sense? So then you would use ACE inhibitors or calcium channel blockers for that. So there's, if you just think about it as a fluid dynamics thing. One other way would be to bleed off some of the fluid, right?
Okay. Well, I also have a blood disorder.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you ever heard of factor V lighting.
Yeah, factor
Okay.
V.
Well, I also have that.
Like a motherfucker.
I'm telling you, I'm amazing all the crap that I'm dealing with.
Dr. Steve, if you forget about
I
doing...
have no spleen. I have no appendix.
Forget about... And no gallbladder.
And no gallbladder.
Forget about doing the Weird Medicine Show. We'll pay you $85 if you come down here and take care of Denise for a fucking couple of weeks.
And I had an angioplasty. And they said that...
You didn't have an angioplasty. That's not a fucking nose operation.
No. What is the thing where they put it up into your groin?
Right.
Angioplasty is when they
It
put...
could be an angioplasty.
Okay, I'm retarded then.
And they said that I had veins like a baby.
Angioplasty, Paul.
Well, that I had
Sorry.
veins like a baby.
Yeah.
So everything was clear.
Right.
But here's the thing: when they put
when they
put a nitro patch on me, oh my God, my blood pressure came down like it was beautiful.
Right.
But just being on the metro, it's...
Yeah, well, the metoprolol is a beta blocker, and so it's going to do the first thing. That's going to slow down the pump and decrease the force of the pump. There's other things that it does, but that's basically what it is. But remember the last thing that I mentioned was that you could decrease the pressure on that pressure gauge by siphoning off some of the fluid, so there was less fluid in the system altogether. That's what a diuretic would do.
Fluid.
And as long as you're right, as long as you're not diabetic, the next thing that they may add would be a hydrochlorothiazide to the
Right.
metoprolol. So now you've got the decreased force of the pump, and you're bleeding off some of the fluid. And then if that doesn't work, then they could add one of those other things like an ACE inhibitor, which would increase the caliber of the vessels. And so, some people just can't get by with just one blood pressure medicine.
Because they all do different things.
I also forgot.
That's right.
I also am on Levoxyl, 100 milligrams, because I have an underactive thyroid.
Thank God I have a good job at great insurance, Dr. Steve.
Probably 100 micrograms. That's
Yes,
what I'm getting.
100 micrograms.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm on that. I have an underactive thyroid.
You were
like I
just
said.
a fucking mess.
And no. And you want to know something? About a year ago, I was completely fine.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
You were just,
I
you were just
had,
undiagnosed.
I always had,
No,
thyroid
a year ago,
problems.
we're married to Paul, so
Yeah,
you won't.
exactly. And this is the funny thing.
Thanks for your help.
Everybody says that if you get rid of your husband, I bet you a lot of your stress factors will go away. You get your health back,
Nope.
and you'll do good.
Doctor, Doctor just told you
your
no,
stress
so
level
fuck
may
off.
decrease, but none of the things that you've mentioned probably are related to being married.
Yeah, I don't think you're suddenly going to learn how to walk right just because I fucked off.
right.
Maybe it's that big dick I have that makes you walk funny. If I leave,
You
then you walk like...
wish. I wish you had a big dick. I would probably stay around
Big
more.
A is actually on two...
Maybe when
two
you lose weight,
blood
it
pressure
will actually
medications.
come out of your belly button.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing, Denise, though, it's going to be very beneficial to you is for every 35 pounds of weight that Paul loses, he will gain
an extra
1
inch of my dick. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
I
Money-
hope so, because right now he's
Why do you hope so? You don't wanna
about
fuck me
maybe
anyway.
an inch, and when you look at it, it looks like a belly button.
Yeah, if it's negative, you'll have to regain that negative. So, minus.
But they do say this. I
So
mean,
you have
I
to lose
have.
70 pounds just to get to zero. So.
I mean, I really can't say that much about his weight because, like I said, I'm right now struggling, like I said, like with the menopause. I mean, my neurologist did say to me that, once you pass menopause, a lot of your pain should be gone.
Yeah.
And hopefully
Is it what?
I
Should
can
she go
control
get a
my weight.
hysterectomy tomorrow?
I can't. I was told that I'm
No.
not a candidate for it.
No, she doesn't need surgery. No. Why would you think that she would need a hysterectomy?
Because I thought that would that took care of like
To
everything.
get rid of menopause? No.
Okay.
The menopause is where the woman's ovaries stop producing estrogen and eggs.
Well, they're going to stop producing it if they get ripped out.
Well, yeah, but that's what's happening. So you're making the same thing happen, except you're doing it surgically.
Right.
And there's a not insignificant fraction of people will have a surgical complication. So you don't want to speed it up. It's happening anyway. Now, we used to put everybody who went through menopause on estrogen. And what we found was that if you do that, you will increase a woman's breast cancer risk by about 1 in 10,000. So now,
That's pretty significant, right?
well, it sounds like it, except 1 in 11 women will get breast cancer normally, and then you're increasing that from 1 in 11 to 1 in 11.001. But so the risk to the woman, the individual woman, is low, but the risk to society is high, because if you multiply that 1 in 10,000 by 150 million women, all of a sudden that becomes a really huge number. So we now will treat menopausal symptoms, like if you have terrible mood swings or hot flashes or other symptoms like that,
That's me.
for a short period of time with estrogen, and then sort of wean you off of that until your symptoms go away. And then they'll treat the bone loss, which you will have, with the loss of estrogen, with other medications called bisphosphonates. But, we try not to put everybody on estrogen. God, we used to, as soon as a woman turned 50, we'd put them on estrogen for the rest of their life. And it just turned out it was completely wrong to do that.
Can I ask you a question? Like, what supplements should a woman who's going through menopause should she be on that would help her?
I wish my partner was here, because I have a new partner on my show. It's been on for a couple of years. He's a traditional Chinese medical specialist, and I rag on him constantly for just the horse shit that he. But there are some things like this that he's and we, you know, he's interested in evidence-based medicine too, just less so than I am. But one of the things that he recommends for this is that black cohosh stuff. Now,
I've heard of that.
black cohosh has estrogen-like activity, but to the research I've done, I've not found any evidence that there's an increase in breast cancer or uterine cancer in women that take that. So that is one that's pretty reasonable. A lot of people take it. They will also put people on medications like Prozac and stuff like that for menopausal.
Yeah, I've heard like Sarafem, which is the same thing. Women's.
Mm-hmm. Very right. And
I've also heard of what is it? Primrose oil.
Yeah, shit, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, that.
He doesn't know anything about that
my,
herbal
my
bullshit.
worry is because of my blood disorder.
If you can pick it on the side of the Garden State Parkway, it's probably bullshit.
Well, yes and no, but the thing is that all of our medications, almost all, have come from natural sources at some point, and there's only one drug that I know of that was designed based on molecular size and shape, which is a medication called Pralidoxime, which was used for pesticide poisoning, and they actually designed it in the lab and it worked. Everything else pretty much comes from natural sources. Digoxin is,
I've heard of
that is foxglove. So in the old days, yeah, the
Digoxin.
herbalists used to give digoxin. They didn't know that's what it was. It was foxglove. And they gave it to people with quote-unquote dropsy, which we now call congestive heart failure. And we've got plenty of studies that show that digoxin is, you know, pretty effective in certain patients that have congestive heart failure. So, you know, a lot of the antibiotics that we have come from bacteria that are trying to kill off other bacteria, or yeast that are trying to kill off bacteria, and they secrete these substances that kill these things. And then, you know, these researchers found that and tried to figure out what the molecular structure was, and then they would synthesize their own versions of it. But a lot of these things came from natural sources. So I don't shit on herbalism at all, because most of our medicine came from there.
Yeah, I actually had a good friend whose mother was really sick and ended up dying, but she got into the crowd of people that like, oh, you have to go to this Chinese doctor for this and that, and she flew to like Chicago and saw this doctor, and he didn't help her at all, and she died. You know, so you know. And
she may have died anyway, but
right.
I don't have a problem with that stuff. And that's one of the things I like about my partner, is because he and I used to work together, and he knows what he's good at, and I know what I'm good at. And as long as you're using it as an adjunct to proven therapies, I have no problem with it. You know,
you guys don't get into arguments where he says, you know, you should be eating fucking horseradish, and you're like,
no. Oh no, yeah, of course we do. But he knows, you know, if someone has stage 4 cancer and we have a cure for it using a measles vaccine, he knows that's not going to come from traditional Chinese medicine. It's going to come from a more Western approach. And that's a true story, by the way. And I have those on my website too. If you want to go to my website and click on non-pseudoscience cancer cures, there's some awesome stuff coming down the pike where I really feel like we're going to have a generalizable treatment for cancer in the next 15, 20 years. And I used to say it was 100 years away, and then I was saying 50, and now I'm looking at 15 to 20 years. I may be being overly optimistic, but it's amazing some of the shit that's coming out now. But it's coming from hard research, putting one foot in front of the other, not from just making up stuff. You know.
What do you think of the stories that North Korea have a drug that from like 30 years ago that cures AIDS, cures cancer?
Oh, sure. Of course they do.
They're just holding it back.
You think they do, really?
No.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
shit.
Yeah.
You don't think so? You don't think that there's something out there?
Okay, well,
I just thought there's a shot, right, that they have it, but you don't think they would have been
Blonde
fucking
moment.
selling it to us at this point, you know?
right. I mean, that would solve all of their problems with being isolated from the rest of the world. Now, yes, Denise, you said, do I think
control.
that there might be something out there? Sure, but no one is suppressing these things. You know, if I hear the stories about, you know, that there's this really simple cancer cure and doctors are suppressing it because the money is in the treatment, not in the cure, and bullshit. I would give it out to everybody just for the blowjobs. I'm just telling you, and so would
Big A's
90%
coming over right now.
Yeah, so would 90% of the doctors out there. You know, that's bullshit.
So you don't believe in
suppressing this?
you
No,
don't
there's nobody suppressing a simple cure for this stuff. You
Well,
know,
I mean-
they are working really hard to cure cancer once and for all to make it a treatable disease.
Right.
And when we do, then everybody's going to look back at this and just laugh at how stupid we were with these conspiracy theories.
Well, you know, it goes back to, you know, they said that General Electric have a light bulb that lasts for 1 million years, but they're not selling it because they can make money selling light bulbs that last for 2 weeks.
Right. Right.
the
Well,
same thing.
okay. So I just bought these LEDs. They were $100 a piece for my studio.
Right.
And so they're definitely making money off of light bulbs that are going to last me, you know, 10, 20 years. So I'm just not buying it.
Right.
They can make money off of it. And the thing is, I would love it if the oncologists went out of business.
Right.
Yeah, and they wouldn't mind either because most of them, you know, by the time they would get plenty of warning, it's not going to happen overnight to move on to other things. Radiation oncology probably is a discipline that's going to go away.
Right.
When all of oncology becomes immunology, there won't probably be as much of a need for radiation oncology as there is now. But they'll have plenty of warning and the residents will go into something else, and there's tons of other diseases to deal with.
Right.
You know, so.
On a slightly separate subject, when you were talking about estrogen for women, a couple of years ago, I went for like my regular blood work, and they said my testosterone was long, and they put me on that androgel shit.
Yeah.
And I stopped taking it after a while, only because at the time I had a shitty insurance, and it was like fucking $200 for a fucking. It was retardedly stupid amount of money.
Yep.
Denise didn't like me taking it because I was like a fucking jackhammer.
Still are.
But my question is that something
No
I should
difference
go?
on
I should
all.
really be going back to again? Should I be on it now? I have good insurance and I can afford it.
It is kind of a lifestyle thing. Low testosterone probably goes undiagnosed most of the time. And a lot of these guys think, well, I'm getting older.
Right.
And so the fatigue and the loss of libido and the erectile dysfunction and the physical weakness is just a function of age. But they don't complain about it to their doctor, and the doctors don't routinely just check a testosterone out of the blue. And they don't talk to their patients anymore because of the electronic medical record that has them glued to the computer screen when you go to see them.
Right.
So it's not getting diagnosed.
Yeah.
But
I think I was tested for it because before I got diagnosed with sleep apnea, they were trying to figure out why I was tired all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's what if I have a man your age come in, or really any man come in and complain of fatigue, the workup is kind of, you do a complete blood count to see if they're anemic, you do a thyroid to see if their thyroid is out of whack, and do a testosterone. If all three of those are normal, then do a sleep study, and one of those is going to show something.
Right.
So, I'll give you a little tip on testosterone gel. If you go to a compounding pharmacy, they can, and these are pharmacies where they make their own drugs.
Yeah, the Chinese ones, right?
Well, no, just
okay.
a regular allopathic but they're called compounding pharmacies, and every town has at least one where they
Oh, really?
make their
Okay.
own drugs. And they can make anything that isn't commercially available. So they can't make the gel that you put on your chest because you can get that. It's called androgel or
That's what I
Testo.
was on, yeah.
But they can make testosterone aftershave, and they can make testosterone armpit cream and a bunch of other stuff, and they'll usually charge like $50 a month for that.
Huh. And is
So
that
you
just
could
as effective as the androgel?
Yes, most of the time. And the way you find out is you recheck your testosterone, make sure it's going
Okay.
up. The other thing that people can do, and this goes for anyone who is on a branded drug, if you go, let's say you're on androgel, go to androgel.com,
Right.
and almost 100% of the time there will be a thing that says, patient assistance on the right side of
Right.
the screen. You click on that, they print out a little card, and they will pay your copay down to where you only have to pay $20 a month.
I actually had that, but my insurance was so awful that it was like hundreds of dollars. It was retarded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And luckily I have a good job now that has great insurance. But I
Yeah.
haven't been on it because they thought it was this. They put me on Symbiox, which is like half Prozac and half Zyprexa.
Okay.
And then I started falling asleep at my job like every day for like 2 hours. If no one bothered me, I'd be asleep at my desk for hours.
Yeah.
And we straight away, I'm like, it's the fucking Symbiox, you know.
Sure.
But then it turned out that once I finally went to a doctor that did a sleep study on me. He's like, oh yeah, you fucking need a machine. And then if I sleep through the night without the mask coming off me,
yep,
I have no problem in the day. I used to fall asleep on the way to fucking work. I'd fall asleep on my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I even need to worry about the testosterone stuff.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. And it might be something. Just check it again because you know you've got one data point, and that doesn't really tell you very much.
Right.
So it could have been stable, or it could be going up even as you get better. Or it may be going down. If it is, then you might consider going back on it again. But
is it as dangerous as they say though? Because I see a lot of people suing for that shit. There's fucking lawyers on the TV. Oh, if you ever took this shit, and you're gonna die, you know?
Right. Here's why. There was one study that showed that people over 65 or people under 65 who had known heart disease, and the people over 65 had to have, if I remember this study right, had to have risk factors for cardiovascular disease. Within the first 90 days of taking testosterone, they were having an increased chance of heart attacks. Now, let's say it was 30% increase. I don't think it was, but let's say it was. Well, that is not a very revealing number because that's a relative increase. So if you had 10 people in one group and 13 people in the other, well, I mean, is that 30%? Shit, I don't know. But
yeah.
But
you need to do thousands and thousands before you're going to get a real number, right? You can't
right,
just do
that's
8
right.
people.
So if you had 1,000 people in one group,
yeah.
and there was 5 heart attacks in that group, say, and then 1,000 people in the other group, and there was 10, well, you say, well, that's 100% increase. Well, except that the numbers are so small that the absolute risk of those two things happening are very small. So then you have to look at a thing called the number needed to harm. And in that case, it would be 5 out of 1,000. So what would that be? It'd be 200. You'd have to treat 200 people before you had one extra heart attack. So, you know, and it'd still be a very low number. So, you know, you have to look at the whole picture. Yeah. That lawsuit is probably fallacious, but they'll get a few of them through the judges because they don't understand the numbers. Yeah. But if you're under 65 and don't have known heart disease, then you're supposed to be able to take it and not suffer those consequences.
Most of those things are bullshit. It's like the asbestos stuff. You get like 8 people out of 1 billion that die, and now the fucking ambulance chasers are trying to fuck everybody.
Yeah, well, asbestos is a bad one because when those crystals get in your lungs, they don't leave, and the asbestos is known to cause a cancer called mesothelioma. Right. And if you get mesothelioma and you can prove where you were exposed to the asbestos, you will win 100% of the time. Right. That's a little bit different situation.
I think Denise has a question.
Yeah.
Hi. Now,
what is this?
He puts me on the spot, like right then and there. I've been sitting here waiting.
She's been wiggling her hand at me for like 5 minutes, going, I want to ask a question.
Okay, now talking about like, you know, men and their sex drive with low testosterone.
Yep.
Okay, now with women, okay, when women go through menopause,
yes,
do their sex drive become decreased?
Sometimes, and sometimes they'll become increased. There are some women that have a and we think it's psychological, but it may be physiological, that they no longer are at risk of getting pregnant, so their interest in having more intercourse goes up because
they can get away with it.
Because they might have been afraid of getting pregnant before. So yeah, they can get away with it.
Can you send me a sample of that new Viagra for women?
No, like with me, to tell you the truth, I don't have. I mean, I used to be very horny. I used to be very sexually active. Yep. But I think what it is with the combination of my fibro with my knees,
yep,
you know, with, you know, the pain that I'm in and with the hot flash and all, I do not have the desire like I used to. Right now, I'm just looking for companionship. I'm just looking for, you know, understanding, and, you know, he just wants to fuck like a jackrabbit all the time.
That's not strictly true.
And it is not. Yes, it is.
She thinks
it's like you give him an inch.
We used to have sex twice a day, years ago.
Years
and I'm like, I'm like twice a week. I think I'm 44. She's 53. We're not fucking. You know, we're not 80. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you are also.
She
used
doesn't
to
get
be a lot
that. If
thinner.
she looked like Big A with a wig, I wouldn't care. But
Right.
she's sexy to me. I
Right.
still think she's
Right.
fucking
Right.
sexy.
And that's awesome. But the thing is, when you don't feel good, you don't
Thank you.
don't feel like procreating. That's the thing, because we all forget that sex was designed or came about because of we're supposed to procreate. And so when you stick your penis in someone's vagina and then squirt your horrible semen in there, what's supposed to happen
Semen.
is that the sperm cells are supposed to find an egg. I know
Right.
this is news to you, Paul.
Yeah.
But
I'm so past
we
that.
How does that do it that from the back of her throat? That's why I want to know.
but we forget that's why we were doing that. And so it makes sense that if you're sick, that you're not going to want to have sex, because from an evolutionary standpoint, you're not going to be able to perhaps raise that child in the best in the best way because you're ill.
So why do black people have fucking 25 kids then if they can't raise the kid? They haven't got $1.
So anyway,
Our youngest
What is-
just turned 19.
What the new
My baby
Viagra
days
for
are
women? I
over.
don't think it's called Viagra, but the new
Wow.
the new Viagra for women.
wait, you guys, I didn't know you guys had kids.
Yes,
Yeah, we have 3 of them.
I have
You have 3
3
kids?
Yeah.
daughters. Yes, I have 3 daughters. And in fact, my oldest is getting married next Saturday.
She's gonna give you the PO box to send a gift. Anyway, what I want to know is this new Viagra for women. It's not called Viagra,
I'm not
but it's
taking it.
different to regular Viagra for men. It makes it function a certain way, makes you excited, erect, whatever. Whereas the woman's one actually puts them in the mood, from what I've
Right.
read.
You know what,
Right,
Paul? You
it's-
can take it, grow yourself a pair of boobs, and play.
It's not. They're trying. The people in the FDA were trying to say that it's going to kill so many people, and they haven't. They didn't approve it like 5 times. So I don't know what the story is. Do you
Right.
think that would be good for her?
I'm
well,
not taking it.
Baby,
here's the thing.
Just makes
One
a
of the
point.
things that they'll give women who are going through menopause, who have decreased libido, actually is testosterone, because testosterone is a female hormone, just like there are some, men produce some estrogen, but just more testosterone. Women produce more estrogen, but some testosterone. And when you go through menopause, you lose both of them. And there are some experts that think that a low dose of testosterone is beneficial for women for their libido. And a lot of them will try that first. Now, I think you're probably talking about that flabanserin stuff that's coming out.
Right.
Honestly, I don't know a lot about it.
right.
But he
Viagra
knows.
has been shown to help women increase their sensation
Right.
and their pleasurable sensation. But what you're looking for is something that will increase her libido.
Which is what
I
this
don't
new
want
stuff.
to have sex.
What
with
this
him.
new stuff is supposed to do is it's supposed to put her in the mood mentally. That's what supposedly
right.
it does. Right.
That's right.
Get me a good-looking
So
guy.
I have like 10 boxes of that androgel. Should I start rubbing it on her back while she's sleeping?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't understand my blood disorder.
This
as
is the
well.
most important thing, and Ron Bennington can only say it
Number
best.
one thing, don't take advice from some asshole on the radio.
And it's, so don't do anything without talking it over with your doctor.
Of course.
But that, this hypoactive sexual desire disorder, this was named by men, it was, because, women just say, look, I'm just sick of, having sex with this guy every 5
Yeah,
minutes.
I am.
But men came up with this name, HSDD, and now it's a disorder that needs a pill. And, it is kind of a natural part of just the maturing process of a relationship and of humans. And, I don't know if the pill would help. It's something, if Denise felt, hey, I want to increase my libido, so I'll want to have sex with Paul more, then, that's something you could talk about with your doctor. But it sounds like you have more pressing issues than that right
Yeah,
now.
she has a lot of
More
medical
like,
issues.
let
I
me
think
put a
that.
paper bag over his head.
All right, there we go.
Okay. Let me
Fucking
cut off 100 pounds off his body. Let me change his attitude.
Well, I'm doing the 100-pound part. I'm trying my
Let me
best
change
here.
his attitude. You
Yep.
know, maybe then I'll contemplate it. But, I can't be taking all these things. He understands I have a blood disorder. I can't have any kind of hormone.
It's not a hormone, I don't
It
think.
can cause a blood clot.
I haven't read a
Any
lot about
kind
it.
of
I just read
estrogen, any
I just read
kind
the
of- I'm not
headline
allowed
that
to
said
take it.
this will get your wife horny, and I'm like, shit,
That's
where
all
did
I
I get
give a
some?
shit about. Is just sticking his fucking penis in me. I told him, go fucking get a whore.
Dr. Steve, I've never met your wife. I know nothing about her, right? You've been married for quite a while, I guess, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And I've
You
been
still
married
find your
too
wife
long.
attractive once in a
Yes,
while, right?
absolutely.
Right. So Dr. Steve wants to bang his wife once in a while, okay?
Sure.
So that's normal. Me thinking you're attractive, if she just let herself fucking go and turn into a fucking warthog,
Yeah.
I just
And I
watch
guess
porn.
that's what I'll have to do.
I just watch porn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
do anyway.
she's still attractive to me. I'm fucking 44. Maybe it's because I'm younger than her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
gave it to you. You're never happy.
I
It's
want
like
to-
I give you a bone.
We negotiated a
and you
while
want the
ago.
back.
I told her I wanted twice a week,
Okay.
which I thought was fair because technically I want 5 days a week. So
Okay.
we're fucking
Okay.
negotiating here.
Okay.
And it takes my body about 5 days to recover from his,
Really?
I ache. He doesn't
Yeah.
understand. I ache.
Yeah. Well, hell, this is something you guys are going to have to make.
I told him.
This is
I
a whole.
told
This is
him.
a whole nother radio show.
Like,
right?
that's
I don't
why
have a pill for
we're
this.
gonna have to get. We're gonna have to get like a marriage counselor. Because
Marriage
like
counselor?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
we
some.
do.
I'm getting a sample of that pill, and you're gonna try it once. And if it works, we're great. And if it don't, fuck it. We'll try something else.
Yeah.
Okay. So with my high blood pressure, it'll probably send.
It
my
just makes you
blood
horny.
pressure-
It doesn't fucking. I don't know what's in it. And Dr. Steve said he hasn't
You know
really
what?
know about
I
it.
have-
It's stuff called flabanser, and I'm looking it up while you guys are arguing.
I have the perfect. I do have the perfect scenario for you. I will have a mask made of my face. I will put it on some other
I'm
girl.
big A.
Okay, and you can go to town
Damn.
pretending that it's me. And you want to know something? I'll be happy.
That's not what I want, though. She doesn't realize
And
that.
I'll even go.
I understand,
I'll
guys.
make a recording of my
Let's be
voice.
honest. Guys
Oh.
want to fuck. Women want to cuddle. That's fucking nature, right? That's
I
Paul
wanna
has
cuddle.
this relationship of, or this reputation of being, sort of a shallow joker, but he really loves you.
Thank you. Finally,
He really does.
I want to fuck her. I don't want to fuck anyone else.
Hey, he doesn't want to fuck somebody, because if my wife said, I'm going to put a mask on this person, you can fuck this other woman, I would be like, okay, when can we set this up?
Yeah. Do you want to
So-
watch?
and I do love my wife.
Right.
But that's pretty
He just doesn't understand. Like, I am going through a lot.
I understand
physically.
that, but
I'm
I don't think
depressed.
15 minutes of your time 2 days a week is too much to ask.
15 minutes.
Well, that includes me going down on her and taking a shower.
Ah, okay.
But, I'll be honest. You know.
Mother of God.
So, our sex life consists of me
Whatever.
going down on her for 12 minutes and then fucking her for 2 or 3. Because
Okay.
going down on her just fucking makes me fucking nuts.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it does. It makes me fucking nuts.
Good.
So she thinks that 15 minutes is, I can't do 15 minutes. But she's only actually doing about a minute and a half worth of shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. We'll talk about it. You know
Well,
what? When you
I don't
open
have
your
answers, but-
wallet, when you do some of the things that I need, then we'll talk.
What's
about
really funny is that she has no problem getting horny if I give her $50.
Well, let me.
I'm not even lying, dude. I'm saying, if she'll be like, I need to go buy something tomorrow, and I'm like, I need to get fucking laid, and she's like, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but
there you go. You
there's-
figured it out.
Okay, there's.
So
the
I'm
thing.
married to a fucking prostitute, is what you're saying.
No, I didn't say that.
No.
That shit.
I shouldn't have to be like that. There should be
But-
the money being married should be there all
The only way I'm
time.
getting laid is to hold back stuff and then get offers from you. I'm not retarded. I love my wife, Dr. Steve. I want to fuck my wife, okay? She thinks I'm an asshole for doing that shit. But you know what? If it's the only way I'm getting a fucker, that fucking money's under a mattress somewhere. She ain't getting
You
shit.
guys have to. You just have to work out your own thing. But
Yeah.
let me talk to you about the side effects of this flabanser.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Turn your
They're
headphones off, Denise. I don't want to hear this.
mostly mild to moderate, and they resolve during the treatment. And the most commonly reported adverse events were dizziness, nausea, fatigue, sleepiness, and trouble sleeping. So they were sleepy, but they couldn't sleep. So it sounds like a
That
pretty.
sounds like me normally.
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression, and tell me if I'm wrong, the FDA have that thing now where you can call this 800 number to report side effects on stuff.
Yeah.
And if
Oh,
if one person calls up and says my foot fell off, they have to put it on that fucking paper you get from Rite Aid.
There is some truth to that.
Yeah.
It has to do with when they're doing the studies, they have to report adverse effects above a certain threshold, and some of them could be completely unrelated.
Right.
Like if there's a flu epidemic, they have to kind of report that 8% of the people got flu-like symptoms during the trial.
Yeah, because I mean, you read some of that. I mean, you probably look at the TV commercials these days, and you're like, what the fuck? You know, they're like, oh yeah, this is a medicine to fix a bloody nose. Side effects include headache or death.
Right. Well, and they say them so fast you can't understand anything they say too. That's always the side effects profile that they have to do on those commercials is longer than the pitch for the drug that they're pitching on those commercials.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. All right, do you guys have any other questions for Dr. Steve? I know he has to be up early, you know, to...
Yeah, I have to get up
his
at
wife.
6 to give a talk tomorrow. So
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have to get up early?
Oh, it's fucking
for?
Saturday tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fuck, I gotta get up at 6 p.m.
Well, let me plug one thing.
Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
buddy. Anything you
definitely.
want.
Say what you want.
We've got Jim Florentine coming down for our first act of our rolling comedy festival in East Tennessee, and people can get tickets at etncomedy.com. And, we're going to have a pre-show at a local microbrewery, and then we'll have an 80s hair metal band, and then Jim Florentine, then meet and greet, and then we're going to have an after show at another very kind of upscale bar afterward. And it's all for $20, etncomedy.com. I don't know how many listeners are even local to us, but we've got people driving up from Charlotte, North Carolina, a couple of people driving down from New York. So this is going to be a great show.
How far is all that from Nashville? Is that close or not?
About 4 hours from Nashville.
Oh, wow. Because Denise's brother moved to Nashville. He's trying to become a country singer.
Well, here, our situation was we can go to comedy at Zanies if we want to see A-list comedy. Now, if we just want to see the D-list, local stuff, we can just go to the Comedy Zone.
Hi, I'm Dr. Steve, Fluid.
Right, exactly. It's about as good as that. Yeah. That's how good, and that's how good I would be, by the way. So, so we had a comedy club in Knoxville called Side Splitters, and we could go there. But when they got embezzled, somebody embezzled a bunch of money, and they had to close down. Now we got to drive 4.5 hours to get comedy. So I said, "Fuck, I know all these guys. Well, let's just have a comedy." We'll do a rolling comedy festival. We'll do 1 or 2 A-list comedians every 3 months. And, so we're trying it and see how it goes.
So you're actually doing it at a comedy club, or you, rented a room in a hotel or something?
No, I rented a theater, and we're going to do them as theater.
Oh, wow.
Good for you.
Fucking, obviously, that banjo playing you're doing before this. Fucking.
I play bass, but, I play bass for a mountain music band. Yeah. So.
I can imagine what kind of theater it is. There's probably chicks doing lap dances in the back.
No. It's really nice. It's really nice. Come down for the next one. The next one we're going to have, it looks like in February, and it's going to be Robert Kelly. So.
Oh, really? That's cool. We're going to get Robbie on here soon.
Yeah. He's on.
We want to come down and hang out with you, Dr. Steve.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. Yeah. Okay. Please do.
Make up the spare room. I'm coming tomorrow.
Okay.
Big A, you have any more? Because we haven't really touched on Big A's diet. Or I don't know if Big A has any questions.
He's doing really good. He's got a trainer.
He's talking. He's actually trying to talk.
I'm sorry.
Shut up,
I didn't know he was
Big A was
like
he was going to say something, and then Denise just barreled straight over him.
I'm sorry, baby. I love you.
Actually, I'm eating,
Cock.
That's what you eat.
Nice comeback, Big A.
Nice comeback.
Good comeback, asshole. He's like those kids at fucking school, You're fat. No, you're fat.
Right.
So Big A, are you eating less, Big A, or are you changing it up, or doing both?
I'm eating less, and as you know, I joined the gym, and exercising. And eating healthier, cleaner foods, too.
Makes a huge difference, and it's just a lifestyle commitment. Yeah. Once you commit to that, you can even cheat on it every once in a while.
Don't tell him that. He'll have a fucking chocolate, double chocolate, super chocolate cake.
It's because it's a lifestyle and not a diet. If you do Dr. Ian Smith's Super Shred, for example, you have to follow that thing to the letter for 30 days. And if you don't, you've screwed it up. Whereas if you're doing a lifestyle, where you're eating healthy, all the, then on your birthday, you can have a piece of cake and it's not going to be the end of the world,
Where do you find a diet that is actually good to eat? Because, you know what I mean? A lot of people that go on diets, they're going from such extreme, like fucking retardedly stupid food to like a fucking, a chef salad every day. And, it's like crack, unless you're around people that eat salads, you're going to go back on the cake eventually. So I need to find a diet. I mean, obviously, doing this sleeve, I've been through the courses and the training they give you and tell you what you have to eat and all this other stuff.
Right.
And I mean, I must say, the protein shakes, I tried protein shakes like 10, 15 years ago, and they tasted like shit.
Yeah.
But now they're actually pretty good. I was surprised.
Way better now.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I don't know if it will work for you, but the thing that's just worked for me is doing the no grain thing. I can eat pretty much all I want. I keep losing weight, and I've kept it down, and I no longer have reflux. I don't have any of the acid, symptoms anymore. I'm sleeping better. I don't feel as foggy. I'm not as fatigued during the day. I have more energy.
See, I found that with gluten. Yeah.
I don't miss
My
anything.
stomach used to blow up from gluten.
And you may be right, or it may just be that the carbs and the grains, or it could be that there's other things that we have trouble digesting that just cause inflammation in our system. Hell, I don't know. And this is anecdotal evidence. All I can tell you is I know what it did for me. Yeah. And I can still have sweet stuff. I'll eat a little dark chocolate from time to time. Yeah. I'll have some yogurt. I'll have fruit. So it's not like I'm getting no sugar. And I eat sweet potatoes, and I'll even eat potatoes. You can have that on this because it's not a grain.
Right. It's kind of like, we were actually talking to Stacy. She does like, what do you call it? Where they talk to people and motivate them. A motivational speaker. Yes. She does that for like people that have gone through like food disorders and stuff like that. Sure. And I was saying to her, I'm like, you know what? None of these diets are for everybody. Everybody's body is different.
If there was one diet,
we'd all be fucking thin.
We'd on it. We'd all be on it. That's exactly right. That's very insightful. Yeah, which I never thought I would say that to you. But
thank you.
But no, it is. It's very insightful. It's obvious. If there was just one perfect diet, we'd all be on it. So, but the thing I like about this, and I know I sound like I'm preaching it, but it's just what's working for me.
Hallelujah.
I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I'm not deprived of anything. I'm depriving myself of feeling like shit. Right. And so my wife is like, wow, you're really strict with this diet. It's like, no, I'm not. I just don't want to feel like crap. And I've conditioned myself against eating the bread and the pasta because when I do, I feel like crap afterward.
Has your wife ever like said to you, are you getting thin so you can get some of this weird medicine pussy?
No, well, there's no such thing, number one. And number two, no, she wouldn't. She doesn't care. and she knows me too well. I'm just home all the time. All my hobbies are at home. So
it's all good. I'm glad you're happy. You said you've been married a long time, right?
Yeah. I'm content.
Yeah, I'm content too. If she would just open her legs twice a week, you know what? I'd be the happiest fucking guy on the planet.
Even more content.
Yeah. I mean, I love this girl. I fucking been with her fucking 20 fucking years, more than 20 years.
I'll make plaster Paris of my vagina for you, and then you can fuck it every day if you want.
Oh, want to fuck plaster vagina.
Yeah, well, then he can make it into rubber or whatever.
Yes.
Well, you say it would be bad, but it's actually kind of like how it feels when she's not into it.
Like plaster.
God, really?
Paper mache.
It's like fucking up.
What's that stuff that you can make it like
sandpaper?
Like it's like rubber. It's like actual like
latex.
Rubber. Yeah.
You can get porn stars pussies in like flashlights.
Yep.
Do they sell that where you can actually make a mold of your wife's pussy and fucking?
I don't know. I've
heard of porn stars where the companies send them kits and they do it and then they manufacture it. So
well, there you go. I'll make you one.
Probably something like that out there. You'd have to make a positive mold first, so you'd have
invert it, right? Yeah.
Then you'd have to do Then you'd have to do a negative mold.
Okay.
So,
you know what? I'll even sit there and I'll watch you.
Watch me what?
I'll watch
have you guys heard?
It.
I know you don't listen to my show, but I have a guy in Canada.
We listen to your show.
Well, did you hear about the butt plug thing?
Oh yeah, the whistling thing. The whistling thing.
Yeah, well, wow, you really do listen.
No, they had that on the accelerated Opie radio thing today.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
I was telling my friends at work we should get one for all the
here's-
Chinese people that work on my job, so they're walking down the hall going.
These are butt plugs, and they look like little rockets, so that part of it will stay on the outside, and then the other part will go on the inside, right? And then the little neck is where your sphincter grabs this thing, and then this guy has drilled a whistle into this thing. And so here, I'll give you a little tone of it. And so I'm sticking the butt plug in my mouth. This one has never been in anybody's ass.
Has it been in your ass before?
So if you fart through this thing, that's you're going to hear.
Okay, I don't see the rationale. If you develop one of them things that has a silencer on it, you're going to make millions of fucking dollars.
No.
Why do you want one that's got a fucking foghorn on it?
I don't know, because I'm a what?
Paul will not use any kind of apparatus.
Can you send me one of them?
Paul,
yeah, sure.
One time, Paul
just send me your address. I'll send you one.
Cool.
He bought this
and some of that female Viagra too.
Cock ring that had like a vibrator on it.
Yeah, no, what it was this.
On him and it
was this rabbit thing that you fucking hook around your dick, and then you hook, and it fucking. Yeah. It's got like this jackhammer thing on the bottom that whacks your balls, and you put it in, and it felt like we were fucking an electric stapling machine.
Yeah. And it was like vibrating, and he's like, he couldn't get excited.
I was scared that my fucking dick was gonna get ripped off in this fucking thing like a wood chipper.
He's like,
that thing sounds horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a vibrating cock ring that was kind of cool.
That's what it was.
No, but this thing, this thing had all these other fucking.
But it didn't have other things.
Like these little, it was like rubber, and it had like these little like spiky things.
This thing had to plug into an AC outlet. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God.
I don't know, but he was weirded out, and he wouldn't use anything.
We have like 2 sex shops like near us, Yeah. And I've always said to her, "Let's go in there for a lot." I'm not going in there. Like you're gonna want to fuck me. I'm not getting anything.
No, I didn't say you're gonna want to fuck me. I just said.
So I finally get her in there, and we're having a laugh. All the fucking dolls that fucking look horrendous, and how anyone can fuck them is beyond me. But
Hey, you asked for a threesome, and I bought you a blow up doll, and I let you fuck it in front of me.
Oh my God.
At least I'm getting pussy, Big A. Don't look at me like that, motherfucker.
It was his Christmas present. I dressed it up in a nightie and everything, and I told him, I'm like, go in your office. There's someone for you. And there it was. It was
Big A is still pissed off that Bobo actually got a hand job from being on the show. It's been like 12 years, and Bobo hasn't got Big A hasn't got shit from being on the show. He should have got some pussy by now, don't you think?
Yeah, something needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Big A.
Big A needs to get laid.
Yeah.
I figured all that Anthony compound action, something must have happened at one of those.
Nada.
No.
Nothing.
Big A's too scared.
Actually,
he's saving himself for the right girl.
He's saving himself for a girl over 20, which there aren't many of at Andy's house.
actually, I'm losing weight now. I think be more confident,
Lose that stutter and those 3 chins, and you'll be much better. He just looks at me like all puppy-eyed, like I just fucking slapped him in the face. Come back at me, faggot. What are you doing? I'm no filter Paul, and you're Big A. Well, fucking come on, let's go.
Well,
breathing heavy, Paul.
Oh, breathing heavy, Paul. Okay, bending the chair, Big A. Go fuck yourself.
He can't even walk up the stairs without sounding like that. He's like,
yeah, I'm overweight. I'm doing something about it. What are you doing, faggot? Oh, I'm getting
the wheels have just fallen off this show.
Yeah, Big A has a personal trainer.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it is.
I've seen him tweeting about it. That's
his name's John.
I'm very proud
he gives
of
him background.
Yeah.
And I was proud of him 3 years ago when he lost 100 pounds too. And I'm just, he's going to do fine.
Yes, you should see his coloring.
And Bisquick was proud of him when he put the 100 back on.
See, I love you.
Bisquick.
All right, well, Steve, we're gonna let you go because obviously you got to go to bed. Oh,
shit, I really do.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, look at the time.
Yeah, really. I wasn't gonna say anything because I was having such a good time with you.
Well,
yeah,
cool.
Happy birthday, buddy. We'd love to talk to you again soon.
Hey, thanks.
Anything else you want to plug again?
No, just Weird Medicine, Sirius XM, 10 p.m. on Saturdays on Opie Radio, and also on the Riotcast Network. And those shows are completely different.
I saw that. That's
show
good.
for Sirius XM, and then we do the podcasts are different. Every once in a while, we'll share some content, but mostly they're completely different produced shows.
Does Riotcast give you more money than Sirius?
Yeah, by about 5 times. I'm not even kidding.
So the website ran out of Bob Kelly's house makes more money than fucking Sirius.
Yep.
You heard that, Opie.
I mean, if you come down here, I'll show you the check that I get from SiriusXM in a month and the check that I get from Riotcast, and you will fucking shit yourself.
That's pretty embarrassing. A fucking, what is it, a 50-story building with Sirius in it? Or Bob Kelly's fucking ranch in Westchester's paying you more money.
Robert is the greatest guy that ever lived.
I love Bobby.
I do too.
That motherfucker needs to try us at it again too. He got bigger as well.
Yeah, I think they wanted him big for this part that he's doing, but
that's what he tells you.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I bet his fucking wife didn't want him big.
I just want him to be healthy.
Yeah.
And he's one of my best friends. I don't love a lot of guys, but he's one that I just love the guy.
You guys like to change fluids?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's okay.
you're so disgusting. That's why I don't want to have sex with you.
I don't blame you.
Denise doesn't
Right?
have any clue what I'm talking about when me and Big Air saying fluid the whole time through this interview.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, fucking Jimmy says it on the radio about him all the time.
Okay, what is
Jimmy does this
drinking
great-
from the same
Then they
glass?
get me doing it because they ask me something about it, and I find myself saying fluid,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh shit! Now you got me doing it, you bastards.
Can you do a little thing for us and say, this is Dr. Steve, you're listening to Dysfunctional Radio with No Filter Paul Denise.
Really, you want me to do it while?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, fuck it, because you're never gonna call me again. I'm not stupid.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve, and you're listening to the Dysfunctional Podcast with No Filter Paul and Denise and my old friend Big A.
The leprosy of the heartburn.
There you go. How's that?
Thank
Was
you.
fucking great, Steve. We really appreciate you
awesome.
coming on. Thank you
Awesome.
so much. You're the coolest.
Awesome.
You're the coolest guest ever.
Oh, probably the only guest ever, but that's
Now
fine.
we've actually had.
No,
we've
we've
actually
got
had.
some pretty good bookings.
This is only episode number 9, and we've had some pretty good guests.
Okay,
We
cool,
got we got a couple lined up that I'm not saying anything about yet, because if I say anything about it, someone will call them and they'll never come on the show. I'm not fucking stupid. You know?
Okay, cool.
All right, buddy. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Okay, take care.
All right, take care, buddy.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.